We have some debt confessions to tell you about. This morning, we're checking in on a group of people we met last January when they each told us their heartbreaking stories of drowning in debt. We sent our personal financial guru, Dave Ramsey, to give them a money makeover. So did his serious straight talk help them take control? Going to talk to Dave live here in a moment, but first, let's take a look.
This is how you get out of debt. You gotta run! You gotta run like your life depends on it!
On stage, he's animated.
The only thing I can promise you about the stuff I'm gonna unpack for you tonight is it works.
On air, he screams.
I love it! Run, run, run!
He's brutally honest, and more Americans than ever are listening.
When couples learn to spend their money together, they are agreeing on their life together.
He is Dave Ramsey, best-selling personal finance author, nationally syndicated radio host, and he's on a crusade against debt.
Yeah!
His message, come clean, cut up the credit cards, and take back your life. Last year, we brought together a typical slice of America. Teachers, project managers, single, married, and divorced. Salaries from $15,000 to $150,000, with one thing in common, they were drowning in debt.
You're going to have to get up in your mirror and look in your mirror and go, you're the problem.
Their stories, heartbreaking.
I basically cry myself to sleep a lot of nights.
Manchita Davis and her husband had $50,000 in credit card debt, and it was driving them apart.
Now we're talking about, well, you know what, we can just get a divorce, let's just throw in the towel, just break up, that kind of thing. That's the only thing that really frightens me.
How about fear?
I'm really afraid right now. Hopefully I'm the only person sitting here that's facing divorce.
Donna Kumar makes $37,000 a year, yet she was $61,000 in debt.
I'm going to be alone and paying bills on my own. I'm terrified. I'm just terrified.
Welcome back.
A year later, we brought the group back together. A lot has happened. Bills piled up. Life intervened. Last year, these 9 people came into the room with a whopping $263,000 in debt. And today, they have paid off over $140,000.
Congratulations. Great job.
Donna Kumar endured a divorce, but says coming clean to this group gave her the hope she needed.
It's like being an addict. You have to admit that you have a problem before you can really get better. I remember being here and I remember feeling like I had a weight lifted off my shoulders. I felt lighter. And
just by saying it out loud.
Just by saying it out loud and admitting it to total strangers.
Since that day, she's paid off $42,000 of her debt.
I just cleaned out. I did consignment, yard sales, I sold some gold, I did eBay, I did Craigslist, I cut things out of my life that I didn't need, and I just, you just cut down the lifestyle.
We are madly in love again. We definitely.
Manchita Davis and her husband consolidated their bills and drastically cut back on their biggest expenses, eating out and shopping, and paid down $20,000 of their debt, and are no longer headed for divorce.
We are not debt-free at this moment, but I say within the next 12 months, we will be.
And for others like Autumn, a 30-year-old single mom of 2, it's a time to rejoice.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I'm debt-free.
Yay!
I can breathe. I don't have to worry. I did not believe that I could do it, but I can, and I did.
It's the best feeling ever. It's like being married all over again.
And Dave joins us now with some steps you need to take if you're drowning in debt. Love that idea of going back a year later and checking in with these folks. You talk about something, zero budget. What do you mean by that?
Well, first, those folks are my heroes. Aren't they inspiring?
Yes, they are.
The zero-based budget is simple. You spend all your money on paper, on purpose, before the month begins. Write out your salary, here we are at the first of the month, and give every dollar a name to zero. And then you make your money behave. You tell it what to do.
Okay, mortgage, groceries, bills, it goes on and on and on like that. But what I'm not going to see on the list, savings. And you said if you're in debt, that's not something you can do?
Well, we teach folks if they're going to be very intense, like those folks in the piece, first thing is get $1,000 in the bank, a little savings, a little bitty savings account. Then attack your debt with vengeance. Stop all retirement saving, stop everything else, and then when it's cleared off, then without any payments, you've got money to save and to invest.
I know, because you often hear people always talk about pay yourself first, though. That no matter what you're making or in debt, you need to And that's how you kind of build up that $1,000 to the side?
Exactly. And really, that's where you'll get to when you clear the debt.
Right.
But your most powerful wealth building tool is your income. And when it all goes out the door,
that's true.
It's tough to build wealth.
All right. And paying the bills. Not all bills are created equally in how you pay them off?
Right. We use a thing called the debt snowball, where we list our debts smallest to largest, regardless of the interest rate. Now, some people say, well, you need to pay off the highest interest rate first. That's mathematically correct. Well, if we were doing math, we wouldn't be in credit card debt. So we're knocking off the little one because that gives you, that's kind of like going on a diet and losing weight. It's like, yes, I can do this.
Right,
a little attaboy, a little attagirl. And then as you pay off more and more and more, your confidence increases because this is more about behavior change than it is mathematics.
And that's why we should talk about that, because when we see the wonderful people in your piece, it goes beyond just the dollar signs. It's an emotion we attach to.
Personal finance is so personal. It's relationships. It's mental health.
Right.
It's your spiritual walk. It's all of those things weave into this money piece.
It is. All right, Dave, we love having you here.
Thank you.
And that's Straight Talk. And you can find more of Dave's money management tips at our fabulous website, abcnews.com.